Hey guys, it's Bird's Eye Tarot. Thanks for joining me. So I just am doing this impromptu reading because I got my stuff set up, so why not? Um, let's first start by clearing the energy. If you want to go ahead and get to your reading, you can definitely look in the description box or in the chapters and skip to your pile. Otherwise, stick with me for a sec and we'll chat. So, um, I'm hearing the word furious, so feel like some of you have been dealing with somebody who's very angry. Maybe you've been very angry. Um, in heaven, hmm. I think that there's sort of an explosion about to happen, which is going to. Um, it's like I don't want to say tower moment because everybody hates that, but it's like that. But it's really not a bad thing. It's like you're getting your feelings out finally. You're finally saying what needs to be said, and this is gonna lead you to feel a lot better and also to be able to move on. So we're just getting spirit messages today. And of course, we have three piles to pick from, or three groups to pick from. We have group one with the selenite. We have group two with raw black tourmaline. And we have group three with kyanite, blue kyanite. So if you want to go ahead to get your piles, again, do so. But I'm going to ask about the collective here. So Spirit, please give us messages for the collective, for the viewers of this video. What do they most need to know? What's happening? What's going on? And how can, they start to manifest the things that they've been dreaming of? Love. Love is so important at the moment. I feel like people on the internet especially, they can feel real big and they can feel like they don't owe anybody compassion or empathy because they don't because without the actual physical contact, or not even physical contact, but one-on-one experiences, people think that nothing that they say actually matters, and when they don't see the way the things they say, how they affect the other people, they'll say anything. They'll say anything, and they'll do it without sympathy. And in real life, we would call that like a psychopath or a narcissist. So you might be dealing with people like this. And you know what? Like, I'm not saying that doing that makes you a narcissist or a psychopath. In fact, it's pretty normal because we don't realize, is what I'm saying, is like we don't realize how seriously we can affect people over the internet or through text or by ghosting them and not actually communicating normally. And I feel like communication is a big theme in a lot of my readings because people really don't understand the value of communication and how important it is, not just to help other people feel better, because they are important. It's not just about us, but it's about other people and how we interact with them, but also it helps us trust ourselves, because if we can show empathy with others, we can show empathy for ourselves. So in the collective right now, yeah, people are feeling abandoned. There's a lot of abandonment right now in the collective. There's maybe more of a fear of abandonment, and it's time to put this to rest. It's time to actually start working on these issues that you have been harboring, and Spirit is going to give you an opportunity to do that in the very near future for the collective. I think this is going to be a big thing for all of us. Spirit is really it's really starting to help us see our true potential and see, and give us more of a true view of the reality that we live in, instead of this closed off view that we get from living in the age of the pandemic and living in the internet age, and being so disconnected from others. So what else? Yeah, a lot of us are feeling impulsive. We're feeling like we don't have any direction, and you know, it's this kind of directionlessness that is leading us to not know how to express ourselves appropriately anymore, and to actually learn about others, and to learn about the way we affect others and the way that others affect us. And instead of saying, when somebody else affects us in a negative way, instead of saying that, blaming ourselves or blaming the other person, just asking ourselves, what led up to that, and why do I feel this way? And don't let it be a one-sided thing, because if it weren't for the other person, we wouldn't feel that way, and if it weren't for ourselves and our own experiences, we wouldn't feel that way either. You know what I'm saying? So, Five of Swords, yeah. So I feel like we're just in a place where there's a lot of conflict, and Spirit is really going to help us free ourselves of this conflict. Okay, so let's get to the piles. So if you chose group 1 with this beautiful selenite, then this is your reading. So let's check it out, guys. So, messages from Spirit. What does Spirit, the universe, want group 1 to know? Those on YouTube who are watching, or who will watch group 1, help us out. For some of you, there are people who are sending you certain kinds of energy. It obviously could also be physical objects. With this Six of Pentacles, somebody is working very hard on something for you. Somebody's doing something very thoughtful, I think, for you. And so this is one way that Spirit is helping us see the good in the world and see the value of connection, by inspiring this person to do something really, really thoughtful for you. So that's one gift that's coming to you. That's wonderful. I think that also you're invited to be generous with your time. So you might need to give some more time into your own personal development, and to maybe your spouse or your significant other. Yeah, so the idea of giving is really strong here so far. Keeping cool. If there might be another heat wave in some of, if you're watching this when this comes out, there might be another heat wave before the summer ends. So try to keep cool. If you have a fan, this is really random, but if you have a fan that's broken, make sure you get that fixed or get a new one as soon as you can, so you don't end up in a bad state from a heat wave or something like that. So there is definitely new energy coming in as far as your creativity and your ability to connect with people on not an intellectual level, but a creative level, like on a collaborative level. Yeah. So, for some of you, you've been working on, or you've been even just thinking about a project that you want to give to other people. You want to share your talents with the world or with certain other people. For some of you, you're studying and you're just preparing on giving your gifts, your skills that you're learning from school or otherwise to other people. Um, and it's taking a while. It's definitely it's a long haul situation here, but I think that it's in the end the Knight of Pentacles is a really good sign. It's slow moving, but it's very sturdy and successful generally. Um, we have the Six of Swords. Okay, so yeah, for some of you, there's well, I definitely see a relationship here. There's a feminine and a masculine. You could be. It doesn't matter what the gender is, but there's a feminine energy and a masculine energy that are facing each other, right? And there's a six on each side. That's fascinating. The sixes are generally considered to be probably the nicest of the energies of the minor arcana. So this is great, but I do feel like that there's been a connection, whether that be it could be a work connection, love connection, whatever. Just fill in the blank. That has come to its end. That's come to. It's not that there's going to be a serious breakup or there's going to be something sad happening. It's more that you've finally grown beyond each other. And especially you, I feel like this is more of you here. You've kind of grown beyond this energy, even though this person or these people are very serious about wanting to be with you, or vice versa. Maybe you're the one who wants to be with them. But it seems to be that the time to move on is coming. While you've given everything you could to this connection, I think that this connection has finally outgrown itself. But it's, I mean, if this isn't resonating, then this could be something internal. This could be you trying to pursue a certain goal as far as your development. Maybe you've been trying a certain kind of like meditation, or a certain kind of meditation, or a certain kind of exercise, or a certain kind of therapy, and it's just not working for you, or that you've learned all you could from it. You see what I'm saying? It can really apply in so many ways. But I feel like there's a group of people that will be around you soon enough that are going to be supportive of you when you feel like you don't have much left, when you don't feel like you have anybody else. There's going to be some people there that the universe is supplying you, but the universe is providing you people that are going to be very important. And I heard the word lucrative, to be honest, so potentially lucrative for you. So it might be a team, you might be hiring somebody, you might be hiring people, and they're going to be very lucrative, or very fruitful relationship. Okay, so let's see what else we got. What else does group 1 need to know, Spirit, please? A ghost. So, for some of you, you might be hearing spirits. You might be getting some whispers from spirits around you. I want you to be aware that sometimes spirits can be dealing with their own issues, especially if they're people who passed away, that haven't moved on yet. So if that's the case, just be aware of how the messages you're receiving feel. And if they don't feel like they're coming from a really good place, or if they come from a place of anxiety, then they might not be messages that you're meant to be receiving. That might be messages from stray spirits, basically. And that doesn't mean that you will always get messages that always make you feel good. The messages should come from a calm place, but that doesn't always mean that they're going to trigger a calm emotion, if that makes sense. So try to be mindful of your emotional state, and when you get messages, how were you feeling when you got that message as opposed to later, because you might feel anxious or you might feel happy after you get the message, but if the message during the time you got the message you were feeling anxious, that's probably not either from stray spirit or just from your own mind. So just be aware of that. So group 1, you are encouraged to be mindful, like I was saying. Yeah, mindfulness is super important. I feel like you're on an island. You feel like you are very isolated. You feel like you shouldn't need to rely on other people, and you are asked to find the value in human connection. Okay, there's a really great show called Sense8 on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, it's really good, and it's all about this idea of how important human connection is and the beauty of it. And so, yeah, Spirit is really trying to get you off of this island and trying to get you to take action with this Yang card and get you out into the world. So taking a long walk, especially if you live in a city, just go out on a walk, go into the park, people watch, do whatever. Even if you don't interact with anybody, you're exchanging energies, and that's super important for you right now. And it will start to inspire you and bring you into this very centered place. A leg up again. So yeah, Spirit is just really trying to say that it is really, really helping you. It's really trying to give you a leg up right now. It's really trying to assist you in getting to this goal that you've been feeling like maybe it's not going to happen. Maybe you are alone. Maybe you're too isolated to actually make this dream come true. Didn't we have this at the beginning as well? Wow. So let's clarify these cards. Make sure you're getting enough rest. That's just an obvious message from the cards, but definitely make sure you're getting enough rest. Know that you need to look out for number 1, because there could be people around you who are not looking out for you. So, but that's a matter of intuition. There's always going to be people who are not looking out for us. So it's just a matter of keeping that in mind without being paranoid. So we have the 8 of Cups. I think we had that earlier. We have the World. Beautiful. We have the Star. So you are definitely encouraged to practice some mindfulness. Go on a walk like she is in this card, right? But also try to envision what it is that you're actually trying to do, because I think that some of you feel like you have a concrete goal, but you actually haven't figured out exactly what you want that goal to look like, and Spirit is encouraging you to actually make those plans and just say exactly what you want without limitation. That's really what's being asked here. And also know that you are due for success, especially if you take action. This action is leading to success, and it's leading to a completion of a long cycle of feeling isolated and feeling on that island, okay? Oh, wow, okay. So, and there's, it is giving you a leg up in healing. It is giving you a leg up by, showing you a path towards having hope. It cannot give you hope, but it can show you a path towards it. That's why it's reversed. It's that it's not hope itself, it is the path towards it. Okay? It is opening that door that you've desperately needed for a long time. Also, for some of you, there is a love interest coming in, but you just need to take it slow with this person. Don't act too quickly, but definitely allow it. Allow this connection to happen. Allow it to happen romantically. Allow it to happen, in friendship, and some of you might be even reconnecting with family. So again, somebody is being very thoughtful with you, and they're somebody that you should be able to rely on. Yeah. So let's get some final messages for you. We're going to use these cards that are a little scary looking. We're only going to take them upright. Final messages for group 1, Spirit, please. If you feel like no one really gives a F, know that Spirit is saying that there are people who do, and that your guides absolutely do give an F. So please try not to tell yourself that nobody cares. Of course, everybody's living their own life, but people do care, and that's a really, your guide is really like, please don't say that about yourself. It drives us crazy. We love you, and so do other people. So Ace of Pentacles, Justice. Okay, so the financial problems that you've been experiencing, if that has been, or even the problems within your work situation, if it's not a financial problem per se, is going to be rectified. Okay, for some of you, this was involving a Leo. Involving a fire sign. And you're going to be asked to make a choice, and you're told that the choice that you make is going to be the right one. You already have been offered this thing. It could be offered to you once again, and this time you're going to know whether it's right for you or not. Maybe before you just weren't positive what choice to make, and then you might have put off the decision. So now you have the decision to make, and you're going to know which is right for you by following your intuition. You should not put off this decision again, okay? But, do whatever you think is best. So, Group 1, thank you so much, and I will see you guys next time. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, bye. Uh-oh. I think the second one was this. Yeah. So, Group 2, if you chose the raw tourmaline, black tourmaline, then this is for you. So first of all, your energy is looking toward you're feeling the need of protection right now. That's so that's an important thing to keep in mind. And I think that Spirit is saying that you are protected. So you don't have to too much worry about it, but there's definitely a feeling of needing to be comforted, needing to be embraced. Okay, so Spirit, please tell us what Group 2 needs to know. What messages are most important for them to know? You've got a fantastic... What is that? Starts with an S. Fantastic friend? Perhaps a fantastic friend, or fantastic... phenomenal. Something is phenomenal. Something that you are nurturing right now. It's something that's so phenomenal for you, and it's a new thing that you are nurturing, and you need to keep nurturing it. Don't let it go. It's going to be so good for you. It might be something brand new or something relatively new, but it is something that Spirit is asking me right now, like I'm hearing it. Do not let this go. It is phenomenal. It's fantastic. Okay, so Five of Swords. In the past, there's been some difficulties. I think this is probably internal, but it could also be disputes on the outside with other people. I just think that that you or somebody else is feeling like there's no other direction to go. There's no other choices left in this situation, and you just feel really overwhelmed by it, or you feel like what's the point of continuing to pretend that there's a reason to go on with this, but this could be just your thoughts. Okay, so you have the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, you're weighing the pros and the cons, and you're taking a while, which is great. You should take your time on this, whatever this is. You should take your time to really figure out what you want the next step to be. But I know you feel fed up. You feel like, I mean, you know, I just hear this guy's going, ugh, like, what am I supposed to do now, dude? And I almost feel like I don't know why, but I'm envisioning this girl and she's spinning her around and her dress is going around and it almost like from above looks like a flower. Um, so maybe you like to garden, maybe gardening or just going out and smelling the flowers literally would be a really positive thing for you to do. Um, and I feel like you're leaving behind somebody that you don't really want to leave behind, and you're really trying to consider like, should I leave this person behind or should I not? Like, you're fed up with this person, but something about them is special. And but there's like, if you see, I don't know if you can see, but there's like a little bit of blood, like so there's definitely some bloodshed, like metaphorically, I hope, involving this connection or involving this issue that you've had with yourself for a while. These traumas. Like, I also feel like for some of you, this is your mind like bickering with you, like you bickering with yourself, and you can't let something go. You, you feel upset with yourself because you've said the wrong thing, and you really punish yourself. And so you're trying to figure out, is this worth it? And if you're punishing yourself, period, point blank, period, period, it's not worth it. Okay, it's not worth it. Um, Oops. I'm gonna reshuffle. That was my mistake. What else does group 2 need to know, Spirit, please? You need to keep your friends close and your enemies closer. That's the first thing I heard. So know that there are some people around that I feel like you might have had an issue with, and you may not want to cut them off, and maybe it's not time to, maybe you don't even need to, but you should set certain boundaries, and you should, if you're going to keep them around, get to know them well, so that just everything you need to know. I think life to a certain degree is always strategic, so you need to be a little bit strategic about what's going on. And you need to keep in mind that things people have said in the past, not to hold it against them, but to understand how far are they willing to go, and how far are you willing to go. And just that, yeah, I don't want to get too deep into that because, it really depends, but how far are you willing to go? To get to what you want, and how far are they willing to go to get what they want. For some of you, there's a person who's willing to go very far, but you are really going to keep your purse strings close. I don't know if that's an expression. But you're just going to keep your purse close to you, okay? Like, don't tell anybody any secrets. Like, don't tell anybody that you don't trust completely any secrets. And even if you do trust them, don't tell them everything, because sometimes people who we really think we can trust, people like to talk, okay? People like to talk about each other, and as much as we want to trust people, sometimes people are still going to talk about you, and it's not malicious, it's just, people like to talk about each other, because that is a kind of way of expressing love for one another, is being caring enough to talk about each other. But you just have to be careful about what you tell people, because if you don't want everybody to know something, you might not want to tell anybody. Oh wow. Okay. So there might be this person involved who's a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, and this cycle is closing, but it's closing in a really good way. It's like he's been searching. So, yeah, okay. So this issue has caused you or somebody else to go on searching for something new, something that can bring you back together, or bring or to to put yourself back together. You're going to find it. You're going to find this thing that you've been searching for, that you thought would mend this issue that you've been having. Okay, whatever it might be, with whomever it might be. Okay. So let's see what else. Spirit, what else does group 2 need to know, please? Okay, we got orphaned again. Never ending story. You just feel like every time you reach out to somebody else, it always ends badly. And this, so what else about this? So you need to find peace within yourself. You need to first find that, and I know that's so cliche, that's so difficult to do, but if you explore loving kindness meditations and meditate in any position you need to. If you cannot sit up straight, then lay down. Like literally, just do it. And doing a loving kindness meditations will really help you find peace within yourself. It isn't completely intuitive, but it is very effective. But any way of finding love for yourself is really important right now, and finding peace within the home that is your body. Okay, and taking care of your body. And I feel like for some of you, you feel like people don't like you because of your body, and I think that that's just more reason to start to love the skin that you are in. Okay. And really know that you are beautiful inside and out, and know that that's not just me saying that to make you happy, but that is just the truth, because that is who you are on the inside at the deepest level, and that's who you are on all levels. Time to go. So, yeah, just because you've been abandoned by people doesn't mean that you should stay in a situation that makes you feel like crap. Okay? If they are not treating you well, you need to respect yourself enough to let it go. Okay? And this is up to you. This is your choice. But this is just the message I'm getting, okay? Any more details about this, Spirit, please? Yeah, Queen of Pentacles, very Empress-like energy. Look at that. You saw me take out the card. I hope you did, because I literally said the Empress and then I pulled out the Empress. I have chills, dude. I have chills. So the Empress is really important here. So I want you to read up on this card. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, but I want you to read up about it and find what resonates with you the most, okay? So the Queen of the Pentacles and the Empress, I feel like, are very similar. The Empress is a major card, so it's a more important energy. But the Empress is an earth energy. It is very grounded. It is all about the body, and it's about take self-care, and it's about nurturing something, nurturing yourself, nurturing a project, nurturing a baby, nurturing a relationship. It's about that sense of nurture, and it's about the divine feminine aspect. It's about allowing yourself to receive love and receive loving kindness. It is about the bee here is sticking out to me. So it is the queen. It is beyond the queen. This is a queen. This is an empress. So a queen is the ruler of a land, and the empress is ruler of an empire. Okay, so this is saying that you have to take care of not just your body, like the Queen of Pentacles, because this is definitely your body, and as a major energy in the Empress as well. But it's taking care and nurturing all aspects of your life. When you start to do this, when you start to become your own empress, your own mother, your own, and allowing the universe to fill you with this, you start to heal, and heal in ways you never even expected, and you start to feel at home in your own body. And you start to feel like even if somebody does leave you, it doesn't even matter, or even if they do leave, you're not going to feel bad about it for that long, and that you are the prize, not them. Okay, so please do look up that energy. She's pointing at the milk here, so make sure that what you're eating is good for you. Okay, make sure you're getting enough fruits and vegetables. That's definitely a message from me as well, because you will feel better. It's not about how you look, it's about how you feel. Okay, Three of Swords. Okay, so yeah, you've dealt with so much heartbreak, and I'm so sorry. I know. I mean, I understand. I mean, I don't understand exactly. It's not all. It's not the same situation, so it's not the same. But I understand this feeling of constant difficulty. It's a never-ending cycle of like, why does this keep happening? But the way to break this cycle of heartbreak, of feeling crappy, is to be the Empress to yourself, and to start to embody the Empress energy, not just for yourself, but definitely starting with yourself, and then working your way out. Okay, because the way we treat the outside is the way we treat the inside, and vice versa. Okay, so that was really intense energy there. So, okay. Well, group 2, thank you so much. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're super important. And I will see you next time. All right. So if you chose group 3, then this is your reading. So let's see, what deck shall I use? This is so impromptu, I did not prepare at all. Let me go use this one. So, Spirit, please, for group 2, or sorry, group 3. For group 3, Spirit, what messages do they most need to know? Please, Spirit. For group 3 who are watching this video on YouTube, or who will be watching. Filament. So, there are tiny threads that connect us all. There's always that, what is the like, third degree of, oh god, I don't know what it is. Like, that everybody knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, right? So I can't think of what that's called right now. You could put it in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this video, or like and share this video and subscribe. But anyway, so yeah, remember that we're all connected in a certain way. So the things that we do in our own life, sometimes they can affect other people in ways that we would never expect. And also that filaments are very fine, right? They're very fragile. So remember that when you're making connections, that these connections are fragile, and that's just the nature of life in general. It's fragile. So don't allow the filament to break too soon, but also if the filament needs to be broken, allow it to break. So it goes both ways, and know that it's easy to break that filament, but also it's not easy to repair it. L'Empereur, the emperor. So you are trying to find you're trying to find a sense of control in your life, and that is important. While we don't have much control over the outside at all, it is important to feel a sense of control within ourselves. And so, and especially, we just had the Empress of major energy in the last reading, so that's actually fascinating that came out immediately. But the Emperor, he controls the empire, right? And he is the masculine force. If you have ever watched Foundation, I had a kind of epiphany about the empire in Foundation was definitely like reminiscent of the energy of the emperor here, not just because it's an empire, but just because of the nature of how it works in that show or in that book. So if you haven't ever watched that or read that, I would really recommend it. We have the Chariot reversed. So remember that don't allow yourself to be too too fast to act before you have enough knowledge. You might you really need you're really seeking this control in your life, and that control is important, but you don't want to try to take it if it's not available to you yet, if you don't have the right resources, if you don't have the right necessities, if you cannot, if you don't want to be overconfident in your ability to grab this control if it's not within your grasp yet. You always do have a certain amount of control, but again, like I said, you don't have control over the outside world, or is very limited. So don't allow yourself to think that you're going to be able to control everything. Okay, you can't, and that's just a fact. And it's not like Spirit doesn't want you to feel bad about this. It's just saying that if you try to release those reins, release that control, you will feel a lot better, and you will actually be able to find what you're looking for much more easily. And so the main message from that is to let go, right? Be careful with your phone. That's what I'm hearing for some of you. Be careful with your body. If you, again, you don't want to think you have more that you've built your skills up more than you have. So if you do a sport, if you are into anything that could possibly injure you, or that could take away from your abundance, whether that be in health or in like materials, just be careful. That's all that you have to do. Just don't exert excess control over something or a situation. Allow it to flow naturally, and things will turn out much better. But if you try to force something, it will force back. Okay? If you push something too hard when you don't have the strength to take the force that's coming back at you, because for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, you are setting yourself up for failure. Okay? And the universe does not want to see you fail, and I certainly don't. Interesting. So we have the Page of Pentacles, by the way. I don't know if I said that, and the Page of Swords. So not only do you need to be careful with the physical around you, the people, the places, the things, your own body, your own possessions, but you need to be careful with your words. So I feel like this sense of control, this could involve a boss, this could involve somebody in a position of authority. I do feel like there's some authority problems here, and I can totally relate. I don't like people telling me what to do either. However, if you encounter the police, not to say that you will, if that makes anybody anxious, I'm sorry but you probably won't. But for some of you, if you encounter the police, or you get pulled over or something, don't run your mouth. Trust me on this one. You don't want to take these risks. It might be a Mercury retrograde thing, but you really don't want to take any excess risks, and don't assume that you are able to tolerate the clap back if you put something out there. If you put something out there, like you got to be able to pick up what you put down. Okay. I think I pushed that point a little long, so I'm gonna continue. So, Spirit, what else does Group 3 need to know, please? We'll be watching this on YouTube, or we'll be watching. Sometimes, for some of you, you might feel replaced by somebody out there. There might be somebody who has, maybe you had a former best friend who has kind of replaced you, or maybe you have an ex that now has a new girlfriend or boyfriend, or whatever friend, a new partner. And Spirit is trying to say that you have to disconnect from that. You really, really have to just distract yourself. Find, again, like if you watch Group 2, then you've got to find ways to love yourself. And that's so, I know it's cliche, but it's so real. It's like people say that for a reason. So you've got to nurture yourself at this moment, if that's something that's happening for you. But anyway, let's continue here. Soulmates. Interesting that I was saying that. Wow. Imagine. Oh, cool. So Spirit is saying that if you've come this far, you didn't stop watching before, that you are bound and to have relationships, to have connections that are really, really, really beautiful, really intense, and really like loving. And both in friendships and in romance. I think it's mostly those two, and family. And also, there's relationships that you really did not imagine you would have back. And this is not to say that you need to go seek out these relationships. If they're meant to come back, they will find you. Okay? So you don't need to go out and seek an ex, or seek an ex-friend or something like that, as tempting as that might be. But if they are meant for you, they will come back for you, and that is something that is probably going to happen. There's going to be somebody that you really never imagined to come back to you, that you knew that you had a really deep connection with, and this connection is going to be regenerated, it's going to be healed, and you're finally this is such a great message. For those of you who are patient with the first part of the message, this is your reward here, because this is just so positive. You're going to have a choice, though. You're going to have a choice to let them in or not. And again, the filaments. You have to remember that if the filament does regenerate, if you are able to get that link back, you're not going to be able to do it again if you let it go. So think very hard if this is a proper connection for you, because obviously there are some connections that are not healthy for us and we don't want to take back. But if it's a connection that you not only want back, but know it's in your best interest to take it back, then just think very hard about that decision, and think very hard about how you can nurture the connection and nurture yourself first. Because if you don't nurture yourself, the connection's not going to work. So you're asked to start to nurture yourself and to let go of control and to allow back the connection that is meant for you, because it will come. But don't force it. Do not force anything in the time to come, or ever, really, but especially in the months to come when you see this. This is a timeless message. Let's get some final messages for you, group 3. For some of you, there's a spirit watching you that just wants to say that they love you very much. This is probably a past loved one or a guide. There's just somebody saying, just tell them I love them. That's really sweet. That's really sweet. Wow, okay. I don't usually give those messages because I always feel like, well, it's so typical for somebody who loves you to say that, and it doesn't seem that legit, but in this case, the message was very strong, so I really needed to give it. 4 of Wands. Wow. For some of you, you're going to see this old connection that is going to be restored at a party, or at a wedding, or at some kind of gathering at a bar, something like that. And again, you're going to have a choice whether to talk to them or not. If you think that this connection is right for you, talk to them. Don't let that opportunity pass you by. But if you do, don't fret too much. You know, it might come back to you. It really is going to depend on your intuition. For some of you, if this person is right for you, you're going to see them again. But for others of you, use your intuition. Ask yourself, if I see this person, should I say, hey, I saw you? But that's only for some of you. That could end up badly for others. So I just want you to be very careful to use your intuition with that. If you're going to text them, but only if you see them. Don't do that if, I mean, it's up to you. Do whatever you want to do, but I wouldn't recommend doing that if you didn't actually see them. There's so much love underneath all of this. There's this hard exterior of yours that is covering up this like love bug, and you just, you've got to release those that shield. You've got to release that armor, because the love that you are capable of is something that you have no idea at this moment. I mean, maybe you do. Maybe you have had experience, but there's another stage of love that you haven't experienced it yet. And if you can just release control, and if you can allow these filaments to regenerate or to completely disintegrate if they need to, then you will find that love again for yourself and for others. And this warmth, this beauty of the connection between you and other human beings is going to be very palpable and very visceral, but like in a really beautiful way, not in a scary way. All right, group 3, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I love you. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.